I just wanted to talk to you about, about what bipolar 2 and PTSD is, because I have both. For a long time, we didn't know that I'd had PTSD or that I didn't have bipolar disorder. The kind of bipolar I have is bipolar 2, which is more of a depressive state of bipolar. It's not as severe as bipolar 1. But first, let's talk about PTSD. And I have some facts on my tablet, so I can give you the facts just as they stand, without getting too personal into it at this moment. In a second, I'll get into it. So, post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is kind of triggered by, like, significant event where you were emotionally hit, like someone died, you were in the military and you got hit, you went over an IED, or something like that. It's a very stressful encounter that gives you PTSD. And for me, PTSD, it was from being abused and from my brother passing away. Some people, where it's lasted this long for my brother, some people may consider it complex PTSD, but my therapist does not. So I will read you some very, like, what this site says. It's the Mayo Clinic. It says, can't be cured but treatment may help. Chronic can last for years or be lifelong. Requires a medical diagnosis, labs, test, or imaging is not required. The condition may last months or years, with triggers that can bring back memories of the trauma accompanied by intense emotional and physical reactions. Symptoms include flashbacks, nightmares, and anxiety. So, pretty much what my flashbacks are is sometimes when my husband does a certain thing, he said something, and I flash back to the abuse, and I have to remind myself, this is Josh, not my abuser, and he's saying it out of jest, like we tease each other all the time, like I'll say, Josh, you're crazy, and he'll be like, you're crazier, so, just in fun. So sometimes, he'll say something, and I will react badly to it, because it's a flashback that's going through my head, and I'm trying so hard to pull myself out of it, and I get extreme anxiety, and I kind of just break down. And so moving on to what age is affected, 3 to 5, 6 to 13, 14 to 18, 19 to 40, 41 through 60 plus, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but that's the graph. That's who is more typically affected by PTSD. So that's pretty cool. And symptoms include behavioral, agitation, irritability, hostility, hypervigilance, self-destructive behavior, or social isolation. And see, I have socialization, I have self-destructive behavior, hypervigilance. When I am in a store, I cannot relax. I have to know what's going on around me. I have to know if something's going to drop. And I'm very, very aware of what people are feeling. I am hypervigilant, and that stresses me out, because I know when Josh is having a bad day, and it stresses me out, because I think, oh, that's because of me. What did I do wrong? What's going on? Type of thing. And, I have the agitation and irritability, psychological fear, severe anxiety, and mistrust. It takes me a while to trust some people because of the abuse, and, I get scared of a couple of people. I was terrified of my mother-in-law, and I was terrified of a couple of my friends. Obviously they're my friends and I love my mother-in-law, but at first I was like, oh my goodness, can I trust them? So, or emotional detachment or unwanted thoughts and insomnia and nightmares are some symptoms of that. And so treatments, pretty much all you can do is just get treated for the depression, for the and the anxiety. There's not much you can do. So, moving on to bipolar 2 disorder. It's a less severe type of bipolar disorder characterized by depressive and hypomanic episodes. It can be cured, but treatment may help. Requires a medical diagnosis. Lab tests or imaging are rarely required. Chronic, can last for years or be lifelong. It involves at least one depressive episode lasting at least 2 weeks and at least one hypomanic episode lasting at least 4 days. Depressive symptoms include sadness or hopelessness. Hypomanic symptoms include a persistently elevated or irritable mood. See, I get really irritated when I'm hypomanic. Treatments include counseling, medications, and such as mood stabilizers. Symptoms can be mood swings, anxiety, deep sadness, euphoria, general discontent. I get that a lot. I have been having that almost like clockwork from 3:30 to the time I go to bed. I'm just discontent. And guilt, hopelessness, or inability to feel pleasure. That's all of it right now, Some days are not so bad, but I just, this video is just explaining how it is kind of for me and how, mixing in with actual definitions, because I could talk all day about how it affects me, and you guys seen the videos, you guys seen when I'm having a panic attack. It's tough. So, compulsive behavioral, stuff could be buying clothes that you don't need, like I did the other day. I spent over $200 on clothes. That was not a good thing, but they were all so cute, and I wanted to feel pretty. That's my whole thing. I wanted to feel pretty. I wasn't thinking, oh, this is a hypomanic episode. I need to stop. Instead, I just let myself go. Where was it? Impulsivity, irritability, restlessness, or self-harm. Lack of concentration. This is the cognitive category. Lack of concentration. I love reading books. I couldn't read a book. Finally, the other day, I am almost all the way through a book, and I almost read the whole thing in one night. And then life got busy, and now I'm, having to find time to read again. So, it's crazy. Racing thoughts. So, literally, I'll be talking about, I love boarding. I love, just, carving down a hill on my longboard. And I love it. Oh, which are the other things I love? I love training my dogs. I hate cats, though. Oh, man, I wonder what my mother-in-law is doing today with her dogs. What about her goats? I wonder if she's had any new goats. That's the kind of, flight of thought that you're having. It's like a dog with a squirrel. It's just like the dog looking at you and focused, and then a squirrel on side and just squirrel! Liken up. So, I know one girl who when she's talking and she suddenly gets onto another topic, she stops and says, "Sorry, I squirreled." And that's what she's referring to. And I think that's a very, very good terminology, saying, "Sorry, I squirreled," because people understand that. I think we all do that, but some of us do it to extreme, and that's because we have bipolar disorder. Slowness in activity and thoughts of suicide. I had both of these. I had excess sleepiness or insomnia. Right now I'm in excess sleepiness. I slept for a very long time yesterday. Like 7 hours in a nap. Or insomnia. Before I got diagnosed, I was up. I would sleep 2 hours. I'd get up. I'd do stuff for a couple hours. I'd go back to sleep for an hour. I'd get up, do stuff, and I'd be up the rest of the day, and then I'd have to take a nap because I was just exhausted for an hour. And then rapid and frenzied speaking. So pretty much what that means is like you're super excited about something, like, oh my gosh, did you see that shirt? Oh, I love that shirt. I want that shirt. I wonder where she got that shirt. Oh my goodness. I should have asked her. I don't know. What are you doing? Are you, like, does your boyfriend, like, think he's gonna propose soon, or is he not? Like, it's just so fast. And the other day in therapy, my therapist was like, calm down. She said it nicer than that, but she's like, breathe. Breathe. And it was annoying because I had so much I needed to say. So that's pretty much what I go through every day. And it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It hurts. Like, there's days when I just turn to my husband and say, I don't feel good. And there's nothing he can do because, like, I'm on medications. We're trying to figure out the medications work. There's just nothing you can do until you find something that works. And that's why Lady is so important for me, because that is the only thing that works is a service dog. And yes, she is not a service dog yet, but she will be. She is 4 months old right now. We'll get her spayed in a month. And then the following month after her surgery, she will go to a trainer. His name is Ty the Dog Guy. The business. His name's Ty. The business is Ty the Dog Guy. And we will get her trained up for a month, and she'll come back, and I'll take over her training for the rest of her life. With a little help from them, of course. So, I hope you guys found this video inspirational. At least, if someone has bipolar disorder, no matter which one, you kind of at least know what they are going through, or if you're going through it, you know that you're not alone, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it'll be okay. And for those of you with PTSD, fight it. It's not worth it to commit suicide. I know hundreds of people every day commit suicide. I don't know the exact statistic, but they do. And people from bipolar disorder probably commit suicide too. It's not well known, but I bet they do too. So both of you, fight it. If you have both, I'm sorry. Feels like your troubles are kind of like had an ugly baby and they named it bipolar 2 and PTSD. So yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys' day is going good. And remember, fighting is an option. And the other option, some days, it's just a tub of ice cream. Unless you're lactose intolerant. So guys, that was kind of a depressing episode where I talked about PTSD and bipolar. So I have a couple videos of Lady that I'll upload too. So we're not depressed. And they're cute. I think they're cute. It's where she's playing with ice, and I filmed it the other night. So, hope you enjoyed that. Hope your day's going good. I'll talk to you later. Guys, she got it out. She's working on it. This is also, I heard that it's a great way to keep your dogs hydrated in the summer. But it's not summer yet, but so this is just a good fun game to play. I think. So just get it. It's like a doggy popsicle. Popsicle. I want to bite my popsicle. There you go. So, I froze some water and treats in a bowl for Lady. So here it is. trying to figure out how to use it. She's getting it. Here, I'll move that out of the way. So pretty much all that's in it is the bacon bits, so... See, she knows it's in there. She's been working on it. Go, lady. Go, lady. Good girl.